there. So I made it home. Made it home with the bikes and everything. The Lightbee is charging right now. Just to continue where I left off before. Oh yeah, we were doing the drag racing. So I talked about all the track day stuff. So anyway, let's get to the drag racing stuff. So I wound up making it to the finals. So I've never made it to the finals before. I think I made it to like maybe the second race or something. But I wound up beating like three people, I think, three or four people. Um, and they were all really good races too. That's the thing. Like yeah, the Lightbee is not fast. Okay, it gets to 27 on the quarter mile, but it's consistent and it's light. Yeah, it's lightweight. It's consistent. Um, it was down to like 76. Yeah, it's about 76 right now. It's charging at 76 right now. It went. I had it 100%, 76, down to 76%. Still very consistent performance. Until you get to about like 60 or 50%, you won't really notice, it's slowing down all that much. I did kind of have a problem at the racetrack, at the kart track. The bike just cut out on me, and then it wouldn't charge the battery. I don't know what happened. Some problem with the battery is what it seems like. So I had to just play around with the charger. I disconnected everything and I plugged it back in, and then I tried to force that into like there's a mode that you can force it to charge the battery. And then yeah, I got it to charge eventually, but I lost some time. But yeah, it was tonight it was a long night. There was a lot of people racing, so I got a lot of time to charge the Lightbee, so that's a good thing. I did get it up to 100%, so, and then I just I think I went back one more time. Yeah, I charged twice, and it came back with 100% on one of them, and I just never came back to charge. I was like, it should be fine. It was super windy all night, pretty much, until like the last race, and I'll tell you about the last race in a second. We were hitting speeds of up to like 40 miles an hour at the end of the quarter mile. Most of the speed trap got me at like 38 or something. Yeah, most of them were 38, 39 miles per hour. Pretty slow. And the people were joking like, "Yeah, you're gonna make me wait." So the way bracket racing works is you get your dial-in time, and then whoever has a slower time has to go first. You go first, and then like however many seconds the difference between your dial-in times are, is how long they have to wait before they let them go. So it's really confusing, but and then basically it's whoever finishes whoever goes across the finish line first wins, provided you don't break your dial-in time. So um, bracket drag racing is a lot of strategy and stuff. Fortunately, the Lightbee was so easy to ride out there. It took a lot of it took a lot of the human error out. Basically, I did the same thing over and over again. I would stage, and I wanted to do a deep stage once because my reaction times were okay, but they weren't like awesome. Yeah. So like I said, what I did was I staged until like it was in the middle, like all the four lights went on. If you're too far back, the bottom light lights up. If you're too far forward, if you're right in the middle, all four lights light up, and then the two upper ones light up if you're too far forward. And if you're too far forward, that's what's called deep staging. So it lets you get off the line faster, and it lowers your reaction time. Um, and I wanted to try that, but I never got the. I wanted to get a buy run. I wanted to get to do the buy run. That's the one where you ride by yourself. Yeah, so you're the odd man out. So you get to win. You win that round basically. Is what happens. And I never got to buy run, unfortunately. I had to work my way up. So that's what makes the victory so much more sweeter, right? Anyway, yeah. So what happened was, yeah. So what all I did basically was I staged in the middle where you're supposed to, and I gave it front brake, and I squeezed the throttle a little bit to load up the drivetrains, because there's a region there's a region in the throttle where it doesn't do anything. So like right about here, like just like a quarter of the throttle, it doesn't do anything. That's your regen zone, and the bike doesn't do anything in that regen zone. So you gotta go past the regen zone a little bit until it starts to move a little bit, and then hit the brake. You have to hit the brake before, and that way you don't just take off, and then that preloads the drivetrain, the powertrain, and then so when that light turns green, all you got to do is twist it, and the bike will go. Unfortunately, the bike is still a little laggy. These electric bikes, like even this bike is notoriously horrible reaction times because twisting the throttle, it's slow to react from when the power gets to the wheels. But this one isn't actually too bad. I think if I deep staged, I could have got a really good reaction time. So I will try that next time if we do take this one out. It was really easy to ride. I didn't have to worry about doing popping wheelies or anything, because with the Supermoto setup, it doesn't pop wheelies off the line. Not that much, unless you try it, I guess. But I didn't really try. You don't want a wheelie. That's the thing. If you do a wheelie, you're not getting the power to the ground. The bike is going up, not straight. So you want the bike to go straight. You don't want a wheelie. So this is actually a really good bike it's a good bike to drag race in that respect. This bike is just about as slow as this one on the quarter mile. Wow, this one's a little faster, I think, but this is a horrible drag race bike, is what I found out before, because it just wants to do wheelies all the time. Normally it doesn't do that, but the floor on the launch pad and on the drag strip it's like coated with just a lot of rubber, because people are just burning rubber on that thing, and it's really tacky. So this thing would just pop wheelies all the time, man. It was so annoying. You basically have to just let it up and wait for it to come down, and then you have to get on the throttle. And I'm not really good at doing wheelies, so. But this sure was a wheelie machine on the drag strip, that's for sure. So yeah. Anyway, so I got to the final round. I won most of the races because um, the other person either broke out or yeah, I beat him. Like my time, my my dial-in time and the actual time that I ran were really close, and then the reaction time. It's all that stuff, all that bracket drag racing stuff. But the fun thing was the last round. So I made it to the final round, and I raced Joe in the Hayabusa. so 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 yeah, you're literally I raced you. We were racing the fastest bike versus the slowest bike. His bike was 3 times as fast as my bike. Literally, I was almost crossing the. He said like I was almost crossing the finish line when they let him loose. His bike can run 9 seconds. Okay, 9 seconds. It's really fast, dude. Um, it's a Hayabusa. The Light Bee can run 27 seconds. So that's where I'm getting the 3 times as fast. They said it was a 18. He had to wait 18 seconds before they let him out of the gate. Basically, um, and yeah, and he beat he beat me barely. It was a really close race. Yeah, so we can look at the last time slip. They said it was a really good race. Everyone was freaking. They loved it. But yeah, so here's me on the right, number 1, and then this is the Busa 735 on the left. So I see. There we go. I dialed in. Where my biggest mistake was I increased my dial-in time to 27.2. I thought I was gonna run slower, but I actually ran faster. I don't know how. Somehow I was faster on the last run. I think the wind died down or something, because the wind was killing me all night. Um, so there's his reaction time. Whew, he just killed me in the reaction time. 0.019. Boy, does he know how to launch that bike. And I had a pretty bad reaction time. 0.315. That's not my best. I think 0.20 is like my best time throughout the night, the reaction time. So I didn't really do good on the reaction time. And I lost because of that. Because both of us broke out. This is what happened. He dialed a 947 and he did a 944. He broke out by 0.003 of a second. And I broke out by 0.006 of a second. So I was double time. But like, you're talking about thousandths of a second. It was a close race. That was a really, really close race. And he crossed the line at 143, and I crossed the line at 39. See 39. Most of the night I was getting 38 when I crossing the line. So yeah, I lost. Unfortunately, I lost, but it was really, really close. And the reason I lost was, well, they were telling me, like, when I went to go pick up my trophy, they were saying, yeah, dude, if you hadn't changed your dial-in time, because I progressively made it higher and higher, because I thought this bike would get slower and slower throughout the night, you know, like sometimes you have to account for the wind, you know, but the performance was pretty steady, like the whole night. I was getting 27s. The only time I got 26 was the very first run, and the battery wasn't even fully charged in, so I just got lucky, I guess it wasn't super windy, but the last run was not that windy. But the last time I dialed in a 27.1, and we got a 27.14. So if actually, oh, jeez, man, if we stuck with 27.1, we would have won. Yeah, we would have won, because we wouldn't have broken out, because he broke out. He broke out and I broke out, but he had a better reaction time, and that's how he won. And also, his time was closer to his dial-in time by like 0.003 of a second. So yeah, so check that video out. That's it's gonna be called Sora Lightbee versus Hayabusa, 27-second bike versus 9-second bike. And you'll get to see Joe blast past me like a missile on the drag strip. It is pretty awesome. It's not the first time I've seen that, but yeah, it was amazing that I made it to the last race. It doesn't normally happen. I usually get eliminated after second race, but it that bike is actually not bad for drag racing. It's consistent. So that it's the Lightbee is slow, but it's consistent. It has consistent performance, and like it's easy to get consistent results on it, because there's less things to worry about. You don't have to worry about the clutch, you know, and popping wheelies and shifting. Because this bike, I forgot, I lost the race because I didn't know I wasn't in top gear. I was in like fifth gear or something. I think sixth gear. This thing like has 6 gears. So yeah, I lost the race because of that, because I shifted up at the end, and I was like, oh shit, there was another gear. So a shift light always helps. I wish I had a shift light, but yeah. So I got the runner-up trophy. So there it is. I got some, at least I went home with something. It's too bad I didn't get the first place trophy. It was so close. If I had, like I said, if I had dialed in the same time I did last time, we would have won. we would have won, because we wouldn't have broken out. We would have been right on the money. Yeah, so that's okay. I got something, and I worked for it, so I don't feel bad. I battled everyone, you know, and I beat them. So I beat them except for the last boss. So yeah. There it is. I was happy that I got a trophy for once. I've never gotten a trophy before, and I feel like I earned this one more than that one up there. That one I knew I was gonna get, you know. This one was just like, yeah, you know, whatever. Let's just race. Let's do it, you know. And it was so easy to race the Lightbee at the drag strip, even though it was super slow. I really would like to get more power out of this bike. I feel like I would want to upgrade the controller to the ASI controller in the future, but it's just like I paid a lot of money for this bike, and just to make it faster, I gotta do more, I gotta sink more money into it, so it's just it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. um, all right, well, so that was Hades Omega's race day, man. That was I went and did the track day at the kart track, and then after that we went drag racing, and I had a lot of fun. The problem was the bad thing was like I had to wait. There was a lot of waiting in line to go do your race. I didn't like that, and I'm sick, and I feel even more sick now. I think all that exhaust fumes and the fuel and the tire smoke. It might make allergies like really bad. Like I feel like my chest's like not feeling so good right now. So I think I'll be fine when I take a shower though. So I gotta take a shower, get all that nasty stuff off of me. All right, so I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my vlog for this race. I had a lot of fun with both bikes. So. I will be racing this weekend at Laguna Seca for Refuel TT 11. So if you guys want to watch some more electric bike racing, check that vlog out. I will be posting that after this one. But I will be taking the Sauron with me too. The Sauron will be like my pit bike, I guess. And I will try to do the parade lap with this bike. I would like to ride this bike around Laguna Seca. Just to say I did. All right, here's the go. Oh yeah, so it's the next day. There's another thing I wanted to talk about: the Impulse and just electric motorcycles in general. From what I've noticed, I only drag race like 2 electric bikes. The Impulse here, and the Light Bee. And the Light Bee is like the throttle's not too bad on the Light Bee. Impulse has a big lag. There's a big lag, and I've never been able to overcome. The only way I've been able to overcome the reaction time is to deep stage, to stage a little bit farther into the staging area on the drag strip. But I mean, it's like it feels like it's perfectly fine. When you're taking off from a street light, to get in front of cars, you're like, oh, my bike is so fast. But at the drag strip, it's like time slows down sort of a little bit. Like it's totally different when you're at a drag strip. But there's a lag. There's a lag from when you squeeze the throttle and the bike goes. At least I think in internal combustion engines it's not like that, because you're actually the engine is actually spinning. It's actually spinning the whole time, and the only thing that that makes it go is like when you release the clutch, like that, right? I mean, this one has a clutch, but you're not supposed to use it that way. That you're not supposed to slip the clutch on takeoff. You just twist it and go, type of thing, and that kind of hurts it for the drag racing. But there's a big lag I've noticed, and there's a big lag from when you twist the throttle and then the wheel actually starts moving. So, and it doesn't sound like a lot. Like last night I was getting 0.2 seconds of reaction time. The 2/200ths of a second. It doesn't sound like a lot of time, but that's like an eternity in in drag racing. Everything is down to like a fraction of the second, And the dude I raced in the final, Joe, with the Hayabusa, his reaction time was 0.019, down to like almost 2/2000ths of a second. 2/2000ths of a second. That's from when the light turns on and he goes and trips the light. It only took him 2/1000ths of a second. On that last race, I was 0.3 seconds, 0.312 or something. That's like 3/100ths of a second, And compared to Joe, I'm a slug, dude. I got off the line like a slug. So. But yeah, reaction times make a big deal. Make a big difference in drag racing. So, from what I've learned, so the technique I was talking about it when I was racing yesterday. I would hold the throttle. I would hold the brake once we were staged, give it a little throttle,
and then because there's a little zone here. There's a regen zone where that doesn't do anything. Like when you let off the throttle, it tells the bike that, hey, we need to regen or shut the power off type of thing. So you need to get past that zone and then get into the zone where like it's actually delivering power to the motor, and then you can feel it. You can feel it. The chain will get tight, you know, and then since you have the brake on the lever, it's not gonna go. But you'll feel it. You're putting load on the motor. It's not good for the motor. You probably don't want to do that for too long, but you know, it's okay for like however many seconds you need to stay at the things, you know. Um, and yeah, so and then when the light turns yellow, not green, when the light turns yellow, then you just twist it all away and you let go of the brake and go and tuck down as much as you can, so you can minimize your air resistance. Um, on this bike, I don't think tucking would help all that much. Maybe until you get to like 20 miles per hour, it's probably not going to make much of a difference. So yeah, that's one thing I wanted to know about electric motorcycle is there's a lag time. There's a lag time from when you twist this and the bike goes. And one thing you can do to combat that is to deep stage. That puts you closer to the beams, you know, when you take off. So you don't want to jump the gun though. That's the thing. But yeah, that's what I do. I wait till the motorcycles race on what's called a pro tree, and a pro tree is like it goes stage yellow green. That's it. It goes yellow green. It's not like one of those stages that goes yellow 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 green. It just goes yellow green. So you don't have much time to react. You can't like look at it and just take off. That's how a pro tree works, and it's tough. It is really tough. So yeah, that's just one note I wanted to make about the throttle on the for electric motorcycles in general, and even the Sur-Ron Light B is a little bit slow. Um, that's why I preload it. Like if you wait at the line and then the light turns green and you twist it, you have to go through this, like you have to go through the first quarter where the regen is, and then it starts going, and then by then it's already too late. Your reaction time like sucks. You've already taken off too late. So yeah, or it could just be me. It could just be my reaction time is bad, but I don't think it's that. I'm actually, you know, I've actually drag raced quite a number of times with motorcycles, and I'm okay. I'm okay. But I do know, yeah, you're gonna take off on the yellow light, dude. Once you see that light change, you go. Don't wait for the green. Green doesn't mean go. Green means like you better be going already. um, yeah. So that's just one thing I wanted to note. All right, here's Big Out.